We have something very special for you lined up in this episode. Welcome magical people to Zealman's Wizarding World, your Wizarding Night channel with a suburban twist. Now, this event is exactly the same as our last part 2, pretty much. A few tweaks here and there. So we have teamed up with Plotter 101 to give us one of their exclusive speed guides. So this speedrun is a taster of what you get for being a Patreon member of Plotter 101. Without this speedrun, it would be quite a boring copy and paste of Dumbledore's Army Part 2. So yeah, there are a few changes though. We also have the Foundable descriptions which are not available in any other video. And to be honest, we're usually very busy playing the event to actually read them. So the basics. This event is on Tuesday, the 22nd of December at 7 PM UTC/GMT, which is 2 PM Eastern Time, and that is for 1 week exactly. Rewards for this one, up to 15 60 section books, up to 4 spell books, up to 10 Dar books, and 50 gold, which is exactly the same as Dumbledore's Army Part 2. Mechanics for this one, Portkeys are still 1.5 kilometers. Remember, there are 2 flavors, the silver one and the purple one. Don't forget the silver one. And as usual, capture the brilliant purple spawns in the wild, do some fortresses, walk some Portkeys, and then Bob's your uncle. There are brilliant bundles. We're not really going to go into those, but thank you to Orange Wizard for providing the graphics. So as deep dives goes, this is quite a quick one because, well, one, it's a bit late. We've gone into Tier 4 lockdown here. We were actually going into Tier 3 last time I spoke, but we've got Tier 4, which basically means Christmas has been cancelled, so we are stuck in the house over Christmas. I don't even get to see family, which kind of sucks a lot. So I've been a little bit on the downer lately. So I really didn't feel like recording yesterday, as you probably could understand. So yes, Plotter has actually helped me to actually get going again. Thank you very much. So the Foundables for this one, we have the wild ones. We need 20 of these, which, as they say, is the new normal, as the thing to say nowadays. So our first one is Rowena Ravenclaw from the Grand Staircase in Hogwarts. Witty and clever beyond measure, Rowena Ravenclaw helped her peers found Hogwarts. A popular historical theory posits that she decided Hogwarts' name and location after a wart-covered hog led her to the site in a dream. Immensely creative, she designed the magnificent magical architecture that allows Hogwarts to shift and change. Nah, you don't get that in any other deep dive guide. Godric Gryffindor Portrait, Grand Staircase in Hogwarts. Stately and noble, Godric Gryffindor held the virtues of determination and courage in high regard. Considered one of the most brilliant wizards of his age, he helped found Hogwarts in order to pass his knowledge on to the next generation. A remarkable duelist, the Sorting Hat is said to have once belonged to Godric. The challenging one, this is Mrs. Norris, again, Grand Staircase, as a theme. Mrs. Norris, notorious and ever-present. Mrs. Norris stalked the halls of Hogwarts alongside her owner, Argus Filch. As intelligent as she was unpleasant, the surprisingly non-magical feline had a penchant for hunting down rule-breakers and reporting them to Filch. Beloved by her master, Mrs. Norris was a force to be reckoned with if you wanted to make mischief. The walking ones. This is the Portkey ones. So we have 2 for this special kind of event. So that is the Grey Lady. She's from Silver Portmanteaus, and she is from Ravenclaw Tower, as she is Rowena's daughter. The Grey Lady, resident ghost of Ravenclaw House, is oft believed to be timid and quiet. On the contrary, she is actually quite sociable to students in her house, often helping waylaid Ravenclaws find their way or locate lost items. Rumour has it she was Helena Ravenclaw in life, but few are brazen enough to actually ask. The fact that she actually is actually sociable is actually in the dialogue. No spoilers. Nearly Headless Nick, Purple Mortanto. Nearly Headless Nick, Purple Portmanteau, the Great Hall in Hogwarts. Nearly Headless Nick is the resident ghost of House Gryffindor. In life, he was a knight in King Henry VII's royal court until a charm gone wrong caused Lady Grieve to grow tusks. For this, he was sentenced to beheading, which was ultimately botched. Keenly afraid of death, Nick chose to stay behind rather than pass on. He takes great interest in the lives of his fellow Gryffindors and loves staying abreast of the comings and goings around the castle. And because we have 2 portmanteau Foundables, we have no task-based ones, which is fine. So moving on to tasks, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to run through the tasks and we're going to go through the differences. And then we're going to have Plotter 101's speedrun underneath that. So thanks to Plotter 101 for providing this content. As a Patreon member, you get 2 of these per month on the Speedrunners tier. There's also a merch store featuring this little dude, which I'm probably going to purchase after Christmas because it's really cool. And there's also a Twitter, so at the very least follow the Twitter. And there's also a link tree here and in the description below. You will need it for some of the resources in the speedrun, but it's also definitely worth a look. There's lots of valuable things in there. So, set of task number 1, collect ingredients or portmanteaus 2 times. Use 2 tonic for trace detection. Return 12 brilliant Arena Ravenclaw portrait Foundables. So, in comparison to Dumbledore's Army Part 2, you need 12 Arena Ravenclaw portrait Foundables, where previously you only needed 10 dueling dummies, so it's a little bit harder there. 2 Snowdrop has been replaced by 2 basic ingredient gift. I was thinking maybe extended ingredient gifts would have been better, a replacement, but never mind. So to Plotter's Pointers, this one should take you about 30 minutes. So pick up anything from the map twice, use tonic 2 times, it takes you 30 minutes to complete because it takes 30 minutes to run through, and return 12 Ravenclaw. This should be done with the first tonic and a little bit of walking, providing it's safe to do so. Set task number 2. Return 20 Foundables, use Master Notes 5 times, collect 6 brilliant Hogwarts Full of Holidays runestones. So these tasks are exactly the same as last time, or the last part 2. You do get 3 Snowdrops instead of 1 Armadillo Bile, and you also get 2 Spell Energy Gifts, which is part of the whole Christmas theme. So on to Plotter's Pointers. This should take you 8 minutes, and so return the 20 Foundables, take you about 5 to 7 minutes. Use 5 Master Notes. This gets a little bit complex because Plotter's kind of tunes everything to be at the utmost efficiency. So in the link tree, there is a spreadsheet that you can use. You download your own copy, you put your own values in there, and you can use it to calculate when you should put things into brew. So by using the spreadsheet, you can work out your brew start time. But for example, if it's the tonic, you need 3 hours before the event start. Put it in a normal cauldron. You pop in your tonic, and you pop in a Wicked Stimulo. Then you start a rental cauldron. You put in a tonic, which you brew instantly, so you rush it, and put a new potion in afterwards. So in regards to the gold cauldron, you need a 15 coins cauldron, and it's 2.25 hours before the event start. And that will give you 5 minutes to put a second potion in after completing the first page. So set task 1, the first page. It's a little on the complex side, but it is like ultimately efficient. So yes, download that spreadsheet and work out what you need. And then we have the collect 6 brilliant runestones task. So that's 240 family XP. If you have any shimmering pictures from part 1, I have 2 because I had the portmanteaus I walked off. That's 36 family XP. So you need 204 from Foundables, getting 50 from part 1 reward, and 36 from 12 Ravenclaws. So 118 family XP is 39 brilliant foes. If you walk around during set task 1, basically you should have collected that many by the time you get to set of task number 2. So in short, collecting shimmering from part 1. So maybe you got the portmanteaus again. So that's fine. Collect those. Do not touch anything from part 2 registry page yet because you need those for later on. You get 50 for completing set of task 1. And basically the rest probably should come from what you've already collected already. Set of task number 3. Earn 4,750 Wizarding XP from Wizarding Challenges. Defeat 10 foes in Wizarding Challenges. Return 15 brilliant Godric Gryffindor portraits. So the task is exactly the same as the last part 2 we had, though you do get one at Rufio's Brain Elixir ingredient gift. So Plotter's Pointers. This one should take 29 minutes. That's very accurate. It says use the brilliant runestone to get the image, which is Mrs. Norris. So 4,750 XP from challenges. So if you're an aura, that's 14 Ruins Chamber 4 or 11 Ruins Chamber 5. Ruins 4 is around about 8 minutes 57 seconds. Magis, that's 5 Tower 5 or 7 Tower 3. Tower 3 will take you 11 minutes 40 seconds, providing you don't breathe. Professors, that's 9 Tower 1s or 8 Tower 2. Tower 1 is 9 minutes 30 seconds. Of course, this is Plotter 101 time, who's very, very efficient. So See if you can actually get those times. Defeat 10 foes in Wizarding Challenges is obviously done by doing part 1. And 15 Godric Gryffindors, whack on a trace tonic, a little bit of RNG, and that should take about 20 minutes. It's a little bit RNG because there are 4 of them on the map, because you have the 2 from part 1 and obviously the 2 for part 2. So task number 4, earn 7,000 Wizarding XP from traces, place 5 images on the brilliant Hogwarts Full Holidays registry page, and finally collect 15 mysterious note pieces by returning at brilliant Hogwarts Full Holidays Foundables. So again, task exactly the same as the other part 2, but you also get 1 extravagant spell energy gift. So plot spoilers, 30 minutes this one should take you. The 7,000 XP from traces, use Barufio's Brain Elixir. So for the 5 image placement, at this point you should have the 2 wild and the fortress one to place. If you have walked around, you should have 1 or 2 Portkeys open, which isn't enough. So open 1 more Portkey and do 1 fortress image more. So place the fortress image again. So it should take you about 15 minutes. Normally, because I'm a little bit more rural, normally I actually achieve all the Portkeys by the time I get to this stage. The mysterious note pieces, which is all RNG. So these drop from brilliant Foundables. So if you're lucky you're seeing the same Foundable a few times, you might be able to place that again, saving you doing that extra fortress run for the 5 images. So in theory, in plotter time, that should take you 1 hour, 40 minutes in a good spawning location. So if everyone who's asked, how the heck does Plotter 101 do it? This is how. And of course, if you want to join in on that club and also get those things done really quickly, join Plotter 101's Patreon. Also follow him on Twitter for other little tips as well. So for the bonus round, brew 10 potions, return 45 brilliant Hogwarts Holidays Foundables, use any 10 Exterminator potions in Wizarding Challenges, defeat highest unlock chamber once, and cast 25 great or better spells. So this one actually has the most changes. So the cast 25 or better spells replaces the unlock 5 portmanteaus in the previous part 2. Of course, we actually had this in the previous part 1. This is in response to feedback from the community around COVID-19. Yes, there is an accessibility issue around casting the spells. WB are aware of this. If you are having difficulty completing this task, the cast 25 great or better spells, please log a support ticket with your username through the app. That's through the app help section. Assuming you can get around that stupid bot, try and log a ticket on there, and hopefully they might sort it out for you, or at least raise enough awareness so it doesn't turn up again. Another thing that wasn't present in the last one is you get rewarded the Portkey fragments. This was handy for me because in part 1 I also collected all the portmanteaus, so I actually have those 2 shimmering ready for collection in set of task 2 this time for those runestones. So a little bit of a head start on the runestone count there. So hopefully, by the time I do the set 1 stuff, get to set 2, place these images, I should hopefully have enough XP to get the runestones we need. So then finally we have 1 Exterminator ingredient gift. There's no speedrun for this. Basically, it's just grinding away. So just go hunting. Now, yes, we have the Exterminator potion task, but you can, if you so wish, do a ruins 1, place an Exterminator on your first foe and back out to the map and use it on something useful. That's using an old brilliant runestone. Alternatively, if you're a professor, you can do ruins, use a low level runestone or something you actually desire, place 16 potion on the foe, use a death hex or deterioration hex, and wait for that foe to kill itself and the other foe to kill itself, and then you also have a chance of getting a main registry reward as well. Of course, it takes a little bit of time. So if you're actually in the wild at the time and there's something you want to get that's a red shard, you probably ought to do the first way, otherwise it may disappear by the time you do the second way. So additional resources for the dialogue, that is in a separate video up here. And also, if you want to visit the Portkeys, because we have 2 new Portkeys again, that is also in a video up there as well. We do a little Portkey tour, and we'll do some more of those in the new year. This will be the last you see of me for this year. Taking a little bit of time off, get through Christmas, and in January we're going to have a bit more jig around for the 4th series of Zealman's Wizarding World. So final tips and opinions. Many people the first time missed the silver portmanteaus. I saw a few people in Facebook and Reddit saying, where do I find the next Foundable. So remember, there are silver portmanteaus and there are purple portmanteaus. You need 3 of each of those. Remember, do not place your images until set task 4, and don't visit the registry until set of task 2. Now, because you shouldn't visit the registry until set of task 2, then be careful once you hit 20 of any of those Foundables, because that will automatically take you into the registry. So you may need to force close your game if you hit 20 out of 20 when you get the reward. Force quit the game because you don't want to be going into the registry until you've completed set of task number 1. Finally, remember that only portmanteaus picked up during this event will give you the fragments for this event. So thanks to you for watching. Thanks to Potter 101 for the speedrun guide. I hope you have a great Christmas whether you celebrate it or not. If you like carol services, I actually recorded one. I did the sound engineering, editing it as well. So there's a link for that as well in the description if you'd like to watch a carol service. So let me know in the comments below how this one goes for you. I like to get your feedback because I can see how people struggle with events or find bits easy. I also actually can chat with Lola as well from WB, and we sort of discuss various issues that do crop up, which are blinking tasks. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the Zealman for the latest news, also on Instagram for any AR stuff. I dare say I'll get up to some of that while we're away, even though I won't be recording. So until next time, brush up on your spells, get your arms ready, Wizards Unite.